Hey people, what's going on? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. And I haven't done one of these in a long time. So we're just going to talk about some tactics that I seen, some stuff that I seen in the Leeds game that kind of made me excited for the near future and at least the remainder of the season while we have Ødegaard here. So let's go through what Mikel Arteta did with his tactics and how he played Ødegaard in the team versus Leeds. The game ended up well. We ended up winning 4-2 at the end of the day, and we scored 4 goals. The first time scoring 4 goals since, when was it? When we last played Norwich in the league at home last year. So we haven't scored 4 goals in a long time in the league. And you know what? It was a good win. So let's get into the tactics. As you can see here, Emile Smith-Rowe played all the way on the left. You had Aubameyang play up top. Xhaka played on the right. And you had Ødegaard with the circle around him, who played in the 10. And that's how we set up at the beginning of the game. And you can see quickly from the jump when we started the game that it was going to be a game where we were going to press high. We were going to use our energy and the men that we had to get onto Leeds. And the way we played with Aubameyang, we had more creators around him, so he could just do his job as a finisher and get into those spots with his beautiful movement and his way to play the game. With Lacazette, we asked Lacazette to be more of a creator, to drop a little bit deeper, so it wouldn't have worked with the setup of having two creative 10s playing next to each other. It kind of reminds me of when we had it kind of reminds me of when we used to play Ozil out wide with Santi Cazorla higher up the pitch. Anyways, moving on. So you can see the little link-up play with Aubameyang and everyone else linking up in tight corners, in addition to situations where earlier in the game, you'd see Aubameyang would pop out wide. Aubameyang would get the ball out wide. You'd have Xhaka occupying space. You'd have Cedric. You have Cedric sometimes coming in for the overlap, in addition to Dani ceballos coming in. So we would get pressure and we'd pin them into that corner and get overloads onto that left-hand side. And we were using the left-hand side a lot since Aubameyang was drifting out left to give more space for runners to come into the box, right? In this situation here, you can see Cedric is in frame. Ødegaard now has the ball, and he's giving the ball down to Smith-Rowe to get an opportunity to take a shot. Now, these kind of movements, we don't see these kind of interesting movements when we have Lacazette on the pitch and only 110, because in this situation, you now have Aubameyang out wide, no striker occupying the space. You have Bellerín on the edge of the box. You have Xhaka running in, trying to get back on side. You have Cedric that just made the cutback, has 2 players on the floor, dummied. Whoop. And yeah, so these kind of situations, you're going to get into more of these situations when you have 2 10s who can make the anchor passes together. And Aubameyang's ability to go out wide will give us more space for those guys to get into a box and get more shots off, right? In this situation, you see Aubameyang actually on the ball and Ødegaard making a run, and Smith-Rowe also making a run, occupying the space at the same time, trying to get into that open space, trying to get the ball off of Aubameyang. Yeah, and if they did get the ball, it would be a near post. It could be a near post finish, or they'd have to find a way to open up their body and give it to Xhaka on the other end, right? Now, these kind of movements, we wouldn't be able to get these kind of movements with, say if we went with a midfield of xhaka, Dani, Ceballos, and elneny. You wouldn't see these type of movements from our midfielders. And you don't really see Dani Ceballos get into the box much. Like, I think the one time I seen him get into a box was against West Ham, where he got the assist, and Sheffield United, where he scored the game winner. Those are the only times you really see him do that. So these kind of movements from Ødegaard, you might see him pop up and get some goals here and there from time to time. Now, Ødegaard's pressing ability. He did press, and it did lead to the goalkeeper making a mistake and subsequently giving us a penalty. Because when you think about it, pressing, you have to press as a team. And if the whole entire team is not pressing, then you're not gonna get your end goal, what you want out of the game. So in these kind of situations, when you have Ødegaard pressing, you have Smith-Rowe pressing, you have Aubameyang pressing, you have Xhaka pressing, all of them pressing in conjunction, pushing the team, pinning them into a corner. You get rid of their passing spaces, and you're gonna either subsequently make the goalkeeper pass the ball long, and it's gonna just put them back under the pressure because we're going to get the ball back high up the pitch and win it back earlier. Or you can actually take the ball off the goalkeeper and subsequently possibly score from that too. Now, it's not only up front that he was pressing, he was also winning the ball up high up the pitch and getting into those challenges and playing 1-2s with other midfielders to give them openings into space. There was plenty of times where we've seen him win the ball off a midfielder, give the ball to Dani Ceballos, and Dani Ceballos was in on against a team. In addition to other times where he did this with Bukayo Saka, where there was he drew 2 defenders, gave the ball to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka subsequently drove with the ball and won us the penalty, which was wrongfully overturned at the end, in my opinion. Now, some people we'll get over that penalty another day, but hey, this was just another way that Ødegaard was making his movements. You could see Ødegaard was impacting the game in many ways, drawing defenders to him, opening spaces for other players, and his ability to drift out wide into different spaces, obtain different areas of the pitch, and his technical ability that allows him to create from deep for other players. I think at one point we might even see him, Smith Rowe, Pepe, Saka, and Aubameyang on the pitch at the same time. I think seeing him play so deep at times, I think he could even play that deep role, right? Now, moving on, he also did link up well with Smith Rowe, and you can see here that there's a situation where he has the ball just outside the box. You have Aubameyang and you have Cedric coming in addition to Smith Rowe right beside him. There, unfortunately, nothing came from this situation, but it does show that he has the ability to drive forward. He could pick out the pass. You have 3 options right there, and he could also just slow it down and bring it back to play. And what we've seen is he's not afraid to go forward and help out the attack, right? Now, in this situation here, he needs to get more accustomed to his teammates, get used to how they play, get used to how his teammates play. Because in this situation here, Aubameyang wanted a simple ball into his feet, and he passed it into no man's land. And he thought Aubameyang was going to make a run around behind the defender. That's why he played the ball where he did, and it subsequently went straight to the goalkeeper. But if he would have given the ball straight to the player's feet, or when they get more accustomed to playing together, you'll see these kind of mistakes get filtered out of the game, right? So yeah, that's it for today, and that's just a little breakdown of how Ødegaard was playing in the 10 role for us against Leeds. We ended up winning the game. He got a good debut, and you know what? I think he did all right. He did all right. I'm not gonna lie. I gave him a 6. That was kind of harsh. I'm gonna give him an overall 7. I think he played well. And yeah, guys, do me a favor, guys. If you haven't already subscribe to the channel, like the video. And you know what? If you want to check out the full article for that I got this from, I got it from the guy named LT Arsenal on Twitter. I seen his article there. So you guys go check it out. Go check out the full article. The article, I just put it in the chat right now. And big up to everybody watching live. All you guys, I appreciate you guys. And thank you guys. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share the video, and give me your thoughts of what you thought about Ødegaard's performance. And yeah, I'm out of here, people. Have a good one.